Look at those clouds engulfing the former Sears Tower. It's called something else now, but most people, including me, refer to it as the Sears Tower. It's a very overcast, windy day here in Chicago, and I think it's rather cool out there, which is a good thing, because I wished for non-hot weather when I left Florida, and it looks like, by the sky, I'm gonna get my request. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. I was right, gusty, windy, and cold, and I am drinking piping hot coffee out of not a styrofoam container, but 2 plastic cups, because that's all I had to work with. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. Feel that breeze. It's the Daily Woo. Right here along the sidewalk, I don't want to get too close because it is of the adult nature, is a DVD of the Porno Persuasion. Don't know why it's there, but it is. Just chilling there on the streets of Chicago.
A lot of pictures too much. Time come past, sometimes I just pull over on Lakeshore Drive and just catch a lot of good pictures, you know. And that's gonna give me a big frame, and I'm gonna just.
Gonna dive into a couple of the darker spots of history in Chicago today. On July 22nd, 1934, just 2 months after the death of Bonnie and Clyde, another infamous criminal was shot right here in front of this theater. Around 10:40 p.m., a movie let out by the name of Manhattan Melodrama, starring Clark Gable. And one of the patrons that were watching the film was a man by the name of John Dillinger. As he exited the movie, he noticed that there were agents waiting for him out front. So he turned to the left and headed towards that alley. And these would be the final seconds the famed bank robber would spend alive. As he turned the corner into the alley, he was awaited by more officers. He then backed up, and according to photos, he was shot and killed in this exact spot right there. Now this building and this building are the same. This corner lot has been torn down, and now there is a pizza place that stands there. And this building as well is different. But the alley itself is almost identical as it was when the moment happened. There have been lots of different opinions over the years about where the exact spot he was shot in the alley was. Now I can't say for certain because I was not here, but I have used my Columbo-like research skills and will give you my opinion. By the way, there's a sign in front of the theater telling people, no guns. Remember how I was saying that this building is not original? Well, I also think that there used to be red brick right down here. And I also believe this manhole cover has been placed there since the 1930s. And what is going to give away this spot is going to be this pole and this pole. By looking at those 2 poles and matching this photo up, you can see the poles are there in 1934. And remember what I was saying about the brick? It is now concrete leading into the alley, and people were all standing around to get a look at the blood of John Dillinger right there. Some sort of mural here depicting the Wizard of Oz. And look across the street. It's the Tin Man. What the heck is he doing here? Now this is freaking awesome. The Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. I spilled some coffee on my shirt out of the excitement that the fact that the Scarecrow is over my shoulder. The Cowardly Lion? This car is awesome. I have an affinity for old station wagons. I wonder if a bunch of punks live down this road. Or Mr. T. That's a very colorful grocery store. It's called Carnival Grocery. I love the architecture here. It's a pretty amazing city. On February 14th, 1929, 7 men were killed by Al Capone's gang right down there. And that date might sound familiar. It has earned its place in history as the Valentine's Day Massacre. It happened right across the street in a warehouse space that has since been torn down. But the crazy thing is, this building right next to it looks exactly the same as it did when it happened. Pretty crazy to think that it happened right over there. Members of Al Capone's gang took the 7 men right in the building that sat right here inside, lined them against that wall, impersonating police officers, and instead of frisking them, murdered them with Tommy guns. Wow. It's hard even to imagine that, right? Right there. Casey Neistat? On November 10th, 1924, right in this empty parking lot, another gangster murder happened. Look at all these birds, even little baby birds. Hitchcock would be proud. Right in this empty lot used to be a flower shop owned by Dean O'Banion, who went simply by O'Banion. And not only was he killed right here, the building has been bulldozed, but 2 other men were also slain, and 3 men were seriously injured on the steps of this cathedral. The shooters were up on a top floor window over here, and there are some news clippings and photos of one of the bodies laying right down here. It is my belief the stairs that I am standing on have been erected since that event, because check out this photo. The railing still looks the same, and right down there is where one of the men laid and the police are around him. And check this out. To the right of the front doors of the cathedral is this pillar. There is a photo I found of some children who are poking their fingers into the bullet holes that were riddled all in this concrete. And there used to be an engraving of words right here, and I think it's still there, just the steps are blocking it. You can see that they have put some sort of like filler over where the bullet holes were. Actually, wait, look. There's a bullet hole right there and right there. Holy cow. That is awesome. And there's another one there and another one there. It's pretty awesome. This is the John Hancock building. Chris Farley lived here and died here. I loved Chris Farley. When he died, I shed a tear. December 18th, 1997, a long time ago. And he resided on the 60th floor, way up there. Private residence. He would have walked right in and out of there on a daily basis. And the last time he ever went in there was through that door. Wow. John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Man, I miss that guy. Look at the sunset over there. There's like a weird purple streak in the sky. Hopefully you can see that. It's pretty awesome. Right there between those buildings. And speaking of Saturday Night Live, there's another reference right down there. Right here in the nether regions of the city, the underbelly, if you will, lies the historic Billy Goat's Tavern. This place was the inspiration for that classic SNL sketch, Cheeseburger, 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 Cheeseburger. I definitely see the resemblance. The place is so hidden. Just tucked away down here. This is the Chicago Tribune building. And embedded on the side of the walls are chunks of remnants of things from all around the world. Here's a brick from a house in Holland, a chunk from fortress walls in Cartagena, Colombia, a piece of a cathedral from Notre Dame, some of Abraham Lincoln's original tomb that he was buried in, right here on the side of the wall. I'll always remember. There's a piece of the Great Wall right there, and that's way up there. This didn't travel too far. This is from Wrigley Field, which is, right up the road. I wonder how many people even know those are in the wall. Look at this archway. That's no joke. Look at these apartments and condominiums. When you get down about halfway down, is where the cars are parked. So cars at the bottom, living accommodations at the top. In the reflection of that building, you can see the point of that building. And then straight down, since 1972, this eternal flame has been burning in memory of the men and women who have served in our armed forces from the Revolutionary War to the present. This is kind of interesting. This subway descent, which used to have stairs, is now only foliage and grass. There are no stairs anymore. Strange. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're removing the flowers. Are those petunias? Vlog over.